Long ago, in the ancient land of Egypt, a baby boy named Moses was born. He was born a Hebrew, a people enslaved by the powerful Pharaoh. But God had a very special plan for Moses' life. A plan that would rescue his people and change the course of history forever. To save her newborn son from a terrible decree, Moses' mother lovingly placed him in a basket and set it afloat on the river Nile. With a tearful prayer, she whispered, "God, protect my child." She trusted God to care for him, and God answered her prayer. The basket was discovered by none other than Pharaoh's own daughter as she walked by the river. She felt compassion for the baby and decided to raise him as her own. So, Moses grew up as a prince in the magnificent palace of Pharaoh, surrounded by gleaming gold pillars, sparkling fountains, and royal luxury. He learned the ways of the Egyptians. He was given the name Moses. As a young boy, he would laugh and play, amazed by the grandeur of the palace. But even with all the wealth and power around him, Moses felt a connection to his own people, the Hebrews, who he saw toiling under the hot sun. A conflict grew in his heart. One day, seeing an Egyptian mistreating a Hebrew, Moses acted rashly and made a terrible mistake. Fearing for his life, he fled from the palace and ran far away into the vast, lonely desert. His life as a prince was over. He walked for days under the scorching sun, his past behind him and his future uncertain. He became a shepherd, living a simple, quiet life in the wilderness. It was in this quiet loneliness, far from the noise of the palace, that God began to shape his heart, preparing him for what was to come. Many years passed. One day, while tending his flock on Mount Horeb, Moses saw something extraordinary. A bush was on fire, but it wasn't burning up. As he drew closer, a powerful yet gentle voice called his name from the flames. It was God. God told Moses, "I have seen my people suffering in Egypt. I have heard their cries. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring them out of slavery." Moses was terrified. He felt small and unworthy. "Who am I to do this?" he asked. But God promised him, "I will be with you." Filled with a new, God-given courage, Moses returned to Egypt. He walked into the grand throne room where he had grown up. But this time, he stood before Pharaoh not as a prince, but as a messenger of God. Boldly he declared, "Let my people go." But Pharaoh's heart was hard. He angrily refused, shouting, "No!" This was the beginning of a mighty confrontation. To show Pharaoh that the message was truly from God, Moses threw down his staff, and it miraculously turned into a snake. But still, Pharaoh would not listen. Because of Pharaoh's stubbornness, God sent 10 powerful plagues upon Egypt. He showed his incredible power through these amazing and terrible signs. The mighty Nile River turned to red. Frogs covered the land. Swarms of flies and gnats filled the air. Hail and fire rained down from the sky, followed by a thick darkness that covered everything. With each plague, Moses repeated God's command, but Pharaoh's heart remained hard. The people of Egypt were terrified, and many began to see the power of Moses' God. Finally, after the 10th and most devastating plague, a heartbroken Pharaoh gave in. He told the Israelites to go. The Hebrew people were finally free. Millions of men, women, and children left Egypt, carrying their belongings and rejoicing. But their journey was far from over. Soon after they left, Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army, with its powerful chariots, to chase after them. The Israelites found themselves trapped, with the fearsome Egyptian army behind them and the vast Red Sea in front of them. The people were terrified and cried out, "We are trapped!" They thought their new freedom was already lost, but Moses stood strong and calm. He told the people, "Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord." Then Moses raised his staff over the water. A mighty wind began to blow, and an incredible miracle unfolded. The waters of the Red Sea parted, creating a dry path right through the middle, with towering walls of water on either side. A golden light seemed to illuminate their path to safety. God had made a way where there seemed to be no way. The Israelites walked across on dry ground, and once they were safe, the waters crashed back down, stopping Pharaoh's army. At last, they were truly free. On the other side of the sea, the people celebrated. They sang, they danced, and they thanked God for their miraculous rescue. Children laughed, and families embraced, their faces lit by the warm sunlight of a new day. God led his people out of slavery and into freedom, just as he had promised. Their journey continued into the desert, toward a new land. God led them to a great mountain called Mount Sinai. There, amidst lightning and thunder, God called Moses up to the mountaintop. God gave Moses his law, the 10 Commandments, written on 2 stone tablets. These laws were not just rules. They were a guide to help his people live together in love, righteousness, and community, showing them how to love God and love one another. The story of Moses teaches us a powerful lesson. God doesn't choose people because they are perfect or powerful. He chooses them because they are willing to trust and obey him. Moses started as a helpless baby, became a prince, then a fugitive, and finally, a prophet. He was full of fear and doubt, but he learned to rely on God's strength. His life shows us that faith, obedience, and trust in God can overcome any obstacle and can even change the world. As the Bible says, "The Lord will fight for you, you need only to be still." God can use anyone who is willing. Thank you for watching this story of Moses, from prince to prophet. If you were inspired by this incredible journey of faith, please like, share, and subscribe for more amazing Bible adventures. You can watch more stories of Bible heroes in our playlist and grow in faith with us. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.